for the 15th time of me trying to record this video. I keep getting asked, so I figured I'd make a video. Okay. So it's going to come down to what the question pretty much comes down to is my dog is doing X. How do I stop them from doing that? So a couple things that I want to talk about in this video, just so people understand terms and what I'm saying. So first and foremost, like to do any sort of corrections, your dog needs to understand the good stuff, like come, sit, place, heel down, whatever it is you teach your dog. They need to know that and be good at it. And then at the point of being able to hold them accountable to those things. So then you can start doing your corrections. So I'm going to explain essentially how we correct a dog and get them to stop doing bad things. There are two ways to do it, but this is focused on one specific thing. Don't worry about it. So the specific question that prompted this video was, hey Tyler, my dog is chasing our cats and now getting to the point where she's catching them and putting her mouth around their throats. I'm nervous. How do I stop that? And my answer is correct her before she ever starts. Correct the dog before they start chasing. Correct the dog while they're loading. So I want to explain what loading is and I want to explain what capping is. It's kind of a form of correction. So loading. How I envision it in my brain, this is how I do it, is I think of an old school computer screen. When they were loading, and some new computers might do this, I don't know, mine doesn't, but there was a bar. It would start on the left side, and video is probably wrong, but this is my left. It would start on the left side, and it would fill up until it got full. And once it was full, your computer would load, and it's ready to go. Okay, so loading, just like the computer, your computer's loading and getting ready to go. Your dog, in any situation that they probably want to do something that's wrong, and most times this is how it goes. So using the cat example, the dog is a dead giveaway. One way or another, they're going to show their emotions and how they're feeling, typically body language. So you need to pay attention to your dog. And if they start like perking up and they start focusing and looking and staring and just getting really focused on it, and like you can tell, just you have to pay attention. They start getting really focused, and they might get up on their front legs, and their arms tense up, their backs tense up, even their hackles might go up, their ears go forward. Like they're gonna do something that you probably don't like. Okay, that is loading until they're whatever it is, aggression, excitability, anxiety, whatever it is, whatever the tank is that they're filling, that they're loading, once it fills, they're going to give in and go. Okay. So for the cats, the dog's prey drive was filling and filling and filling. It got full and she's like, oh, I'm getting it. Boom, and off the dog goes. Okay. So at that point, essentially the correction, you can still correct, of course, but at that point, it's too late. Okay. The dog can get away with loading. It can get away. It's at this point when I start going, I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm going to go. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm doing it. So, yeah, we can correct them at that point, but essentially it's too late. They've gotten away with all of this and they continue to get away with it, that they're going to load and load and load, and they're going to give in. It's like craving donuts. And then all of a sudden you walk by a donut shop and it's like, fuck, my donut craving tank is full. I'm going in and getting a donut. If somebody like slapped you on the forehead, Tyler, you're dummy, stop. You're like, I don't care. My tank's full. I want a donut. I'm getting a donut. So hopefully that was a good analogy. I just made it up. So that is loading. Okay. Now, as far as what we do with correcting it, how we correct it, there's kind of two ways that I've implemented and I've used, and it always depends on the dog. But the one that I think is the most effective and why I like controllers that have a boost feature is capping. Okay, there's chasing and then there's capping. So chasing, this is how I'm going to explain it. Your dog is loading. Boom, 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 boom. And then you go, stop doing that. And you use your tools, your e-collar, and you tap a button. Well, your button was way too low. So now they keep going and you tell them stop again. They keep going and stop again. Worst case, you hit it and it goes up. It can actually build drive, honestly. But so you're chasing, they're going and they're getting more excited, and then all of a sudden you get frustrated and you're like, motherfucker, and then you wham, you correct them super, super, super hard. Essentially, it's like how I would explain that using my last analogy is I'm walking, I'm like, man, I'm really craving these donuts. I drive by Tony's Donuts and I'm like, I'm going to go get it. And as I start to turn in there, out of nowhere, somebody just punches me as hard as they can in the face. That was excessive. That was not necessary. Okay? Hopefully that analogy makes sense. We don't need to chase them and chase them and chase them and then correct the shit out of them. What we need to do is cap it. Okay? So as your dog is loading, you can see they go from relaxed, hanging out, they sit up and they stare and they kind of get this forward position. The ears go forward. So their excitability, they sit up, they start facing, their ears start perking, and we go, stop doing that. And they go, oh. Don't stare at that dog. Don't get excited. Okay. Then they'll do it again. And then we go, don't. And then it comes down. And then they go and we do it again. And we do it again. And we do it again. We do it as many times as necessary. Okay. But we are capping that excitability. Their excitability only gets to here. Boop. And we can control that. We can control that. We can control that. Now, if that goes on for too long, now we're going to go a little bit higher. Boink. Like, I really mean you need to stop. Excitability here. Boink. I really mean you need to stop. Okay. It takes time. Okay. Especially with like chasing cats. Like, one, we're going against a dog's instinct. This is a working line dog chasing a prey animal. Like, yeah, dogs are predators. They have an instinct to chase little critters, chase cats, chase rabbits, chase squirrels. They have that. So one, you got to fight prey drive. Number two, they've gotten away with it for so long before that they're used to being able to do that. Again, using the donut analogy, I used to be able to walk in every single day, 4 times a day, and just buy a donut and eat it. Go in, buy it, and eat it. Then I get a personal trainer and I go, well, a personal trainer comes into my life and says, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to teach you that you should eat an omelet instead of eating a donut for breakfast. And we eat omelets all day. Not all day, but every day for 3 months. And then all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, I'm going to go get that donut. I don't care what my personal trainer says. And then all of a sudden he comes over and he taps me. Tyler, no, you're not allowed to eat donuts ever again. Fine. So I walk away from the donut shop. Next day, I go to do it again. Tyler, stop eating the donuts. And I walk away. And we have to do this. And eventually, okay, so I corrected you 4 times pretty lightly. Then the next one, it's going to be a little bit harder. I'm not going to do it because not to the point where it knocks me out, but I'm not joking, Tyler. Like, you're not doing that anymore. You're not going to go eat all those donuts. You're done eating donuts for the rest of your life. I kind of wish this was a real thing because I love donuts. And I'm a big boy and I'd love to lose a bunch of weight. Donuts help prevent that. But it's over and over. Like, stop doing that. Stop thinking about donuts. Like, if I could get somebody to tell me to stop thinking about Mexican food or buffets or donuts or candy or soda. Like, even when I start thinking about it, something taps me on the forehead. Oh, shit, okay. Eventually, I'm going to stop thinking about those things. So it's the same thing. Their excitability goes up. We need to go just above it to cap it, okay? at the beginning, when we first start training, there's a little bit of chase to figure out what numbers work, but we're not going from chasing from 5. We start at 100 when they're way down here. Like we try to kind of get as close as we can and just a little bit above their excitability, so that when we say stop doing that, off, no, jambalaya, whatever your word is for stop doing that, we have to make sure it means something. Okay. So we cap the drive, or we cap the loading. Okay. That's the whole point of this video. Loading, like the computer screen, that bar gets fuller and fuller and fuller. Your dog does the same thing. Excitability, aggression, whatever it may be, once it gets to a point and it's full, they're gonna act. Okay. So what we're gonna do as it's building, we want to cap it. We want to stop it, and then it comes down. And then that cap comes lighter. So they build and we cap it. Build and we cap it. Build and we cap it. Over and over until it goes away. All right. So hopefully this video made sense for you guys. If you have more questions, please reach out. Let me know. Yeah.